In this recent Glowtime Apple event, they had talked about a bunch of stuff, a lot of it which is just fluff and bullshit because it's not that big of an upgrade to things. They talked about the watch, AirPods, and then iPhones. And obviously all of us mostly care about the iPhone, so I think we should start with the iPhones first.
I don't know. I really care about the AirPod Max, man.
I'll tell you what you got for the AirPod Max. You got a few new colors and USB-C. These headphones that came out in like 2020, they are like over $500, have had zero updates, except that now you can charge it with a USB-C cable instead of your shitty lightning cable. But other than that, you get nothing. No new chip, no advances, same shitty cover, just some new colors and a new, better wire. That's what you get. So iPhone. Sarwa, what did you think about the updates to the iPhone?
Dude, what updates? Just the camera.
Spoiler alert, it looks exactly the same as your previous iPhone. Actually, it looks exactly the same as the 15, the 14, and maybe even the 13. I think it looks exactly the same. But what they did do is you get a new button, which they call camera control. So it's this new button that... the funny thing is that nowadays we really take pictures mostly vertical, but this is really meant to bring you back to the horizontal days. So there's a new button over here that you can use to control your camera. And you can use it to toggle onto things. Are you checking to see how it would work?
Hold on. The bottom, I just realized this right now. The button's on the bottom right?
Yep, it's right here.
That's terrible for people with who are lefties.
Yes, you have to use
the most two useless fingers.
Well, guess what, lefties? You're screwed.
So if you're using your ring finger or your pinky, you have zero, like, it's not going to be smooth at all.
You have to you have to either do this.
That looks so weird.
Or this. Or use two hands, like hold your whole phone like this and then go like this.
Oh,
I don't know.
God. Oh my God.
If you're a righty, you use your thumb. If you're a lefty, you're screwed.
If you're a righty, you use your thumb. If you're a lefty, you use your bum.
For those who didn't hear that, if you're a righty, you use your thumb. If you're a lefty, you use your bum. That's my wife's suggestion for you and that button. But there is some other camera updates.
I personally think it's 4K 120. 4K 120 is like the biggest, like people would upgrade their entire kits to get 4K 120.
Yep.
Like you'll buy the most expensive camera.
Yep.
You wanted that slow motion. Now you have it in your pocket.
Yeah, and you could record 4K 120 ProRes RAW externally, but you can do it on your phone. And you have playback control in photos. It's nuts. It's really, really cool. I think that is probably my favorite feature too. There's new stuff like now the ultra wide angle is also a 48 megapixel camera, and it also allows you to do some much better macro photography than they were able to do before, because the macro before kind of looked shitty. And then the main 48 megapixel camera is like this fusion camera, but all that stuff is like whatever.
Yeah, I mean the audio isolation is pretty cool as well. I don't know. I don't know if people will. I feel like a lot of people will actually use that.
They demoed it. And obviously they're showing it in like the best case scenario kind of thing. I really do like, I wonder how good that is like when you actually use it.
Yeah, so that's true.
It is a great feature. The fact that when they showed that recording of two people sitting in the diner and they're recording it and they were able to isolate just the two people in front of the camera, and then they were able to do it where it was the two people in front of the camera and the waitress talking to them. If it really is that good, that would be insane.
That would be insane. But like, we'll see. We'll see if it's like perfect.
They made it seem really cool. If they could do what it does, that would be amazing. Another new feature that's coming that I think is only to the 16's phones is visual intelligence, where you could point it towards something and press that camera button, and it'll kind of tell you whatever information it knows about it.
You can take a photo of a restaurant. It'll show you the menu, the rating, literally everything that you would see if you had opened it on Google Maps.
I thought that example was great, but the next example I thought was really funny because he showed someone walking up to someone who was walking a dog, and they kind of like gesture like, hey, can I take a picture, and take the picture to ask what kind of dog it is. I think instead of having a human connection and having a conversation with the person and be like, hey, your dog's really cute, like what kind of dog is it? They're like, oh, let me just not say anything and just take a picture of it and then ask it what kind of dog it is. I thought that was so funny. Like, I was like, just have a conversation. Be like, hey, what kind of dog is that? It's really cute or whatever.
If you want to avoid conversations with people, here you go.
If you want to avoid human interaction, even the limited amount of human interaction we get now, the phones do also have bigger displays, but it's not because the phone size has gotten bigger, it's because the bezels have gotten smaller. So I always care about how big the screen size is, and I want it to be as big as possible. So we'll see if there's actually a noticeable difference when you actually hold your phone. The biggest thing that most of us should be excited about is all these AI, aka Apple Intelligence features that were coming in. But unfortunately, none of those will be shipping with the phone. So from what I learned is that we will get iOS 18, which is a good upgrade from previous generation operating systems, but it will not come with any of the Apple Intelligence features, especially the new Siri, which I was really looking forward to. They're saying it will come in 18.1, which should be like a month or so later. If you are really looking forward to trying that, you will have to wait. We all will have to wait. So like I have a bunch of notes about this stuff, but I'm not going to say anything about it because none of us can use it. So there's no point of talking about it until we can actually use it. But if you do have old phones and you're not thinking about upgrading, you should still upgrade to iOS 18. iOS 18 is a significant upgrade. It's actually definitely worth the upgrade.
Do people not update their phones?
I think some people don't. I will like to add, and I think you brought this up too before, they did show this example because we were talking about how much better the video quality or whatever is. They shot the Weeknd's new music video with iPhones only. That was really sick. Honestly, all the videos that they showed during the keynote were really well done. And then obviously at the end, they always say shot with iPhone or whatever. Yeah. But the fact that his new music video is all iPhone is kind of bananas. Like, it looks super cool.
They did this before. They did it with the 15 Pro Max. They did it with Olivia Rodrigo. They did her music video. So they probably saw huge success with that and then redid it with The Weeknd. And we'll probably see another one next year.
The cool thing was that in the past, I didn't watch the Olivia Rodrigo video, but in the past when they showed examples of like shot with iPhone, it's always like these really well lit scenarios of like even the last keynote and everything. And they showed the BTS, like it's just these giant lights. And I was like, obviously with the perfect $100,000 light setup. But with his music video, there's a lot of dark, moody lighting and tones. So to see it look that good in low light, I was blown away. It looked really cool.
It feels like my cameras are now useless compared to the iPhone.
Like it's getting closer and closer.
I'm about to just head out on my honeymoon with just an iPhone.
Yes, I did recently get married. By recently, I mean like 3 days ago.
But like, I'm so serious. Like, I'm about to travel to like Switzerland. Like, why don't I just take the iPhone 16 instead of everything
it's coming
I
out.
have?
Yeah, you should. Then you can make a video about it. How I went on my honeymoon with just an iPhone.
No, like I could make a whole movie. I'll make a whole short film. On the 16 Pro Max.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't need anything else. 48 megapixels? My cameras don't do that.
It's true. They are getting better and better. But yeah, that's really it about the phones. They have some new colors like they always do. It looks exactly the same. So once you put it in your case, almost nobody will know that you have a new iPhone. Unless you're thumbing around here and people are like, oh, they must be touching something here. So then you'll know you have a new phone.
The second best thing that they announced is probably the AirPods Pro 2.
The coolest thing about the AirPods Pro 2 that's coming that I got really excited about, even though I don't use AirPods and I'm not going to use AirPods, the cool thing was the hearing aid feature. I thought that was amazing. That it's not certified by FDA yet, but they're working on it. The fact that if this could be like a certified hearing aid, like that to me is bananas. That you can have your regular headphones that you can buy. And I don't know how much hearing aids cost, but I'm imagining they cost more than $250, like, or whatever these headphones are going to cost. And the fact that they can do that and be your headphones, like, it's amazing. Even if you have like slight hearing loss and you just need a little bit of a bump in volume, like what better way than just use your regular headphones? I think that's cool as shit.
Yeah, and you can listen to music too.
And you can listen to music too. What more do you want?
I don't think hearing aids do that.
The regular AirPods, they also updated. Apparently they're better fitting. I don't know what that really means because I feel like every time I see, like, they fly out all the time.
That means that they're acknowledging that AirPods fall out of your ears all the time.
But they still look very, very similar. The one cool thing I did see was that now, aside from it being USB-C on the case, which good, no more lightning cable, but you can also charge the case with your watch charger, which I was like, why didn't they always have that?
Yeah, there was multiple times where I would, like all my chargers, like my charger would be charging my phone, and then I just have the watch charger, and I wish that it could just be placed on top of that.
Well, guess what? Now it does. Oh, one other thing that they did with the phones that we didn't talk about is they did increase the charging speeds on wired and wireless. Still don't know why they're not giving you full charging speeds that they can with USB-C, but it's better than before. And the same thing with wireless charging now, or MagSafe charging, they bumped it up too. So now it would be a little bit faster than it was before. Now, the last and probably the least important thing was Apple Watch. They made it 10% thinner and 10% lighter for its 10th anniversary. Everybody expected this crazy redesign for like 10 years or whatever. Like, oh, it's going to be like, Apple Watch 10 is going to be this cool. No, it looks exactly the same. It's a tiny bit thinner though, and a tiny bit lighter. And some new finishes. They have this gloss black. I know they brought this in iPhones back in the day too, and it's just scratched the shit out of it.
I don't like glossy black.
No.
That's not don't they know everyone likes matte black?
Yeah, I don't know who likes glossy black or this piano black or whatever they call it. Anytime there's any surface that has that, it never works. It always gets messed up. But if you already have like a Series 9 or a Series 8, there's no need to upgrade whatsoever. The coolest thing though is Apple Watch Ultra has a new color. That was the upgrade for that too. It has matte black. And it's funny because it's still the Ultra Watch 2, so there's no update to the watch itself at all. It's just that it has a new matte black color that everybody wanted. And honestly, I'm very tempted just because of the black to get it. But I mean, it looks cool as shit. I'm not going to lie. That matte black Ultra watch looks cool as shit for what it is. And I'm not an Ultra athlete in any way. I don't Ultra do anything. I don't Ultra run. I don't Ultra swim. I don't need no Ultra watch. And I always find it hilarious for people who have it, who don't do any physical activity whatsoever. And they just got the watch because it's the most expensive Apple Watch or whatever, or they think it looks cool. But I was like, to me, that's hilarious. Watch me get in and I'll be in the same boat as everybody else.
Not exercising. You just stand up from your desk. That's it.
I mean, if you're exercising, I use mine for those things. Yeah, all I do is stand up from my desk so my Ultra can tell me, hey, it's time to stand up.
Hey, it's time to stand up.
I'm Ultra standing. The last thing was they're adding a new health feature, which is sleep apnea detection, which I do think is very important because a lot of people are not diagnosed. People who do have sleep apnea have no idea they have sleep apnea. So if this thing actually does help people in that regard, I think that's super useful. So we'll see how that goes when it comes out, because once again, it's not out yet, but it will be out soon.
Yeah, I saw that. They briefly talked about that, but I didn't.
Yeah, but that's like a big health feature. I was hoping that they would add some more metrics and understanding to kind of compete with something like a Whoop, because I was always interested in Whoop, and they have a better understanding of how much effort you're putting in and what kind of recovery and if you're ready or not. So I don't know if some of these health updates were coming with this new watch and with new watch OS, but we'll see. When they were showing the watch keynote, there's this one point where they were comparing, they showed a comparison chart of how much better it is, and they were comparing it to the Series 6. And I was like, obviously it's going to be better than 5 generations ago or 4 generations ago. No shit, it's 10 times better or whatever they were saying. And I was like, why'd you compare it to the 6? Compare it to the 9 and tell me how much better it is from the one I have right now.
Yeah, because there's not much to change.
That
changed.
Yeah, I think 50% sounds a lot better than 3% better.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it, right?
Well, that wraps it up. So, to summarize, new phones.
4K 120, new colors, AirPod Max, USB-C. There you go.
Watch 10% thinner and 10% lighter. What's the AirPods Pro hearing aid? That was a good one.
Yeah. Apple Intelligence, you don't get it yet.
Yeah, nothing. Boom, done. Bye.